Welcome to the Willow Creek Online Training Program. Today's module is once again the risks of the Wasatch. This is Module 2, and this is about radon gases. The purpose of this module is to discuss the various risks associated with living along the Wasatch Front. In this module, we will discuss the risks associated with radon gases. Okay, it's a nasty secret in the neighborhood here. No one really likes to talk about it because they don't know what to do about it. And they're afraid it's going to be real expensive, and that's not necessarily the case. It's very important that we talk about it, though, as you'll see. Remember, the majority of this information was taken from the Utah Natural Hazards Handbook of 2008, and once again, you can download that and look at the whole report should you desire to do so. It's on the website. Radon probabilities. Here we go. Radon is a radioactive gas, and it's a problem around here. Released from the nuclear decay process of uranium and radium. Sounds exciting. Which are trace elements in many soils, especially along the Wasatch Front. Because radon is a radioactive gas that is tasteless, invisible, and odorless. It presents unique challenges in minimizing our daily exposure to this naturally occurring radiation. Radon is classified by the EPA as a Group 1. What does that mean? It's a known human carcinogen. It causes cancers. And is considered the leading cause of non-smoking lung cancer in the United States. Wow. The major health concern related to radon is lung cancer. The National Cancer Institute, or NCI, notes that lung cancer is the leading cause of cancer deaths in both men and women. Overall, radon is responsible for about 21,000 lung cancer deaths every year. So I took this graph right out of the report. Look at that, radon, 21,000. Drunk driving, 17,400. Falls in the home, 8,000. Drownings, 3,900. Home fires, 2,800. So, this is a risk we don't talk about much. But we need to talk about it more, and we need to do more about it in our homes because it's truly one of those risks that we need to deal with. Now let's talk about radon testing. That's the first thing you need to do to see if you have a problem. Testing for radon is simple and easy, and it's not expensive at all. I know I've done it. Test kits can be purchased from Lowe's or the Home Depot for a nominal charge. You can even order tests online, and you can order them right from Utah there if you'd like, from the government. All right, to ensure that these tests results are accurate, special care should be taken to observe the following closed house conditions. So when you do testing, you want these conditions to exist during the testing. Closed windows, doors open only for entry and exit. You're not trying to create any wind through there is what they're doing. No swamp cooler operation. Again, try to keep the air still. Furnace or central air on normal, not continuous. There you go. So that's step one. Make sure all these assumptions are met during the testing. When using a radon test kit, make sure to place it in an appropriate place to receive accurate test results. And we're going to show you how to do that. Generally speaking, you should test where you live and sleep. Okay, non-living areas, you don't need to really test those. It's those places you spend time. Bedrooms and family rooms are good places to test for radon. Testing in kitchens and bathrooms, year supply rooms, cellars, storage areas, these are places where you don't spend as much time, is not recommended for radon testing. Now, here's a little picture that I took right out of the report itself. You should be 3 feet away from windows, minimum. 12 inches away from walls, minimum. 20 inches minimum above the floor. That's where you want to test. When talking about radon testing, you must understand that short-term tests provide fairly reliable results. They said reliable. I've tested it several times, and there's a little bit of variation in there, but they're fairly reliable. If your results are higher than 4 picocuries per liter, it is advisable to confirm those results by performing another short-term test. That's what I mean. There's a little bit of reliability there. And I do a lot of statistics, so I can tell you this. If you'll take the tests that you take and take the average, it will close in on the true value. It's called the central limit theorem. And so if you need to do more tests, I'd recommend you take the average of the tests. If your radon levels are 2 picocuries per liter and below, you realistically have your levels as low as reasonably achievable and no action is needed. So I hope you experience that. If your radon levels are between 2 and 4 picocuries per liter, you should consider taking some action to reduce your radon levels. If your radon levels are 4 picocuries per liter and above, you should mitigate your home. In other words, you need to figure out something to reduce the risk. The EPA action level of 4.0 picocuries per liter is 10 times the levels found in nature. So that's pretty high. All homes can be reduced to below 4 picocuries per liter with simple and effective mitigation strategies. And so this is one of the more aggressive ones. If you have a problem, this is one thing they'll do. They'll drill a hole through the foundation. They'll put a fan on and create some negative pressure to pull all the radon out through the exhaust. That's just one. You also sill around. Sometimes you just sill around entry points. If you're replacing your carpet, you may want to put this paint solution over the concrete to help seal it better. And so there are several things you can do to try to reduce radon levels. But this would be the more expensive one if all else fails, I would say. Well, congratulations, you've almost completed this module. However, remember, you still need to take that module exam. Congratulations, you have completed this module. I hope you have learned something new that will help you do better with those risks. Remember to always think ahead, be prepared, be safe, and you've got it, be happy. Thank you, and goodbye.